Alright, so what is up everybody? Morton here, and I just want to let you know that BBA99 is not here at the moment, so I decided to make a full gameplay of Super Mario World. But before we start, you have to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and the bell if you want to know about new videos, and enjoy. Alright, so let's get straight into this, starting with the first level in the first world. Let's go. The first level was pretty simplistic, as you basically just run around, you kill a couple of Koopas, and you basically just have fun and you learn the controls and all that good stuff. So yeah, here's some gameplay of me beating the level. It was pretty easy, it was a good cakewalk. The next level was again very simplistic, you just jump around on some platforms. I had a couple of hard times where I died a couple of times, but otherwise it was pretty easy. Again, with the World 1 levels being really easy, this one didn't take me very long to complete at all. I just kinda ran around on this river and easy. So now it's on to Iggy's Castle. Hey, wait, what are you doing to me? For being the first castle level, this one isn't very bad. The first segment has a bunch of lava and Koopas everywhere, and the second segment is trying to crush you with these giant pillars. But it was pretty easy, I made it to the boss pretty fast, and it was time to beat Iggy. This boss fight was very simplistic, he just throws little fireballs at you on a moving platform that moves from side to side over lava, and basically you just have to throw him inside, and it wasn't that hard at all. I won pretty fast. And so it was on to World 2, and it was time to do the next level, 2-1. The next level was very easy. I just bounced off of a couple of enemies, dodged a few things, bounced off a few things, and eventually I made it to the secret exit, and I was able to move on. Now, this is the first excruciating level of the game because, of course, it's underwater, and it takes a very long time to complete, but if you do everything right, you're able to get to the secret exit as shown here, and you just kind of press this question mark block, and you're off to the next secret house. This was the first ghost house of our adventure, and I gotta say, it was pretty easy. You just run around, you go through a door a couple of times, and make sure not to get lost. And then you go through, again, another secret entrance, which is up here. I lost my mushroom, but it was fine. I still got to the exit just in time. If you get to that secret exit, you actually have to do a boss fight with like Big Boo or King Boo, but I won that. It was a piece of cake. It was fine. Doing all of that actually brings you to Star Road, and I gotta say, Star Road, after getting secret exit after secret exit and after secret exit, you know, finally I just decided I wanted to go back because I wasn't getting anywhere with my life, so it was on to the next normal level. This next cave level was a auto-scrolling level, and it had lots of little like ledges and stuff falling and dropping from the ceiling. It's pretty easy, so I beat that pretty fast. Next up was our second ghost house, and I gotta say, this one was pretty easy for how hard it seems on the outside. You go through the same door pretty much twice, and then you just go up a vine, and that's it. That's all you have to do. You just go up a vine, and then you're at the end of the level. Piece of cake. One step closer to my castle, and it was on to the next level. After all these levels and after going through all of Star Road and stuff with no reward, it was really nice to have a level that was just such a cakewalk. All I did was fly through the rest of the level and I didn't have to dodge anything. It was super easy, and it was nice to have a break. I still had my cape from the other level, so I just basically threw and cheated through all the rest of this one. Pretty easy. And now it was time for my castle. You know, I thought this was gonna be easy, but I give Nintendo credit. They didn't make it that simple. I lost my mushroom multiple times, and I died on multiple occasions, but, you know, I made it through, and I climbed up the second portion with all the moving platforms, and I eventually made it to my boss. My boss fight was super easy. All I do is really run up on the roof and jump down, but, you know, I hit myself 3 times and it was fine. He was off to the next world, the Vanilla Dome. Have you hit that subscribe button yet? You better have. Vanilla Dome Dash 1, just run through a cave and dodge a bunch of enemies, and you know what, that's pretty much it. The next level was so obnoxious. You have to go swimming through these like water-filled caves and climbing up vines that you keep falling down, and it was so annoying, but I made it in the end. It was fine. Next one was a cakewalk. It was just a simple little ghost house, and it had a really easy exit. The level after that is like on a lava ocean cave thingy where you just have to basically ride a boat that takes you to the end. I tried to run through the first level of this part, but it destroyed me. It was not easy at all, and I lost my cape, and this level is unbearably obnoxious. Bullet bills everywhere, places to fall. Suffice it to say, it was not easy to beat this one, and I died a couple of times, but it was fine. I made it to the end. Next up was Lemmy's Castle, and this one was pretty interesting. It had a part with a Koopa, and then you just run across some lava platforms, but eventually make it to Lemmy's boss fight. You just have to hit him 3 times and he falls in the lava. Piece of cake. This next level was on Butter Bridge, and I flew through the entire level. I still had my cape, and I just flew to the end of this next level, so it's time to move on to Ludwig's Castle. Jeez, already. I gotta say, Ludwig's Castle is a challenge. You run through this like weird lava hallway with so many beetles and all this stuff, but eventually you make it to the boss fight, and it's a pretty easy boss fight. I mean, he springs around, he shoots fireballs at you, but overall pretty good. So it's on to the Forest of Illusion. For the first level of the Forest Illusion, I lost my cape, and it was really annoying. I couldn't fly through the whole level, and the level was just overridden with lots of enemies, and overall it was not hard to delete, but it was still pretty hard. The next one was a water level, and these aren't my favorite, but again, it just wasn't that hard to complete. But the next level, this one was weird. This one, you're running through a forest, and there's like enemies trapped in bubbles, and they're everywhere. And it's like you have to get the secret exit on this one, or else you can't escape, and it took me a long time. I finally made it to the end of all the spammed enemies, but I made it to the secret exit, and everything was A-okay. Next up was Roy's Castle, and this one, you're riding on a snake block above dangerous lavas. And actually, you know what? I made this first try, and I actually beat him, and it was pretty easy. It was very much like my own boss fight, except the walls close in on you, but you know what? It was off to the Chocolate Land. Chocolate Land -1, this level is such a pain in my tail. I died countless times trying to beat this level, trying to keep my cape so that I could fly to the secret exit. I swear. Next level up was a midpoint castle, and this one, there's boiling chocolate and little spears that come from the ceiling and fireballs, but I got to the Renzors and I died a couple of times on this fight, but I won in the end. It was fine. Next level isn't too hard. You're basically just in a cave with a bunch of floating platforms, and you just kind of make blind jumps hoping you don't fall in hot cocoa, but otherwise it's fine. Once again, more simplistic levels. You're on a little mountain range, and you basically just run to the end of the level. There's lots of secrets that you can find, and I did die a couple of times to this pipe part, but it was fine. I made it to the end. Next up was This World's Castle, and boy oh boy did I die over and over and over and over. But I made it. I made it anyway. I mean, past all the heartache and heartbreak, I finally made it to Wendy's fight. And I gotta say, this one was very similar to Lemmy's. You just kind of try and beat up the real one, and I died quite a few times doing this, but I finally won. The next level was ridiculously hard. You're in like this sunken ghost ship, and the beginning is a little chill. It's vibing, but once you get to the inside of the ship, at random, ghosts just appear out of nowhere, and it's so hard to know where they're gonna go next, and I almost died, but surprisingly I made it through first try. There's the second portion where you fall down with an invincibility star, just down to the bottom. I don't know where this giant hole came from, but there it is. It's fallen. And so guys, it was time. We've made it this far. We can't give up now. Have you liked the video yet? I hope so. Alright, Valley of Bowser. First level was not easy at all. Second level in this is like a platform that moves up and down and threatens to crush you. It's a really slow paced level, but otherwise very possible. One after that, you go through a ghost house, and if you play your cards right, you'll make it to the end pretty fast. Next level after that is this obnoxious cave where you make blind jumps and you have floating platforms above lava. Hope you don't die. And then there's also these like bully football player guys shoveling rocks at you, but they got the secret exit. Next up was Larry's castle, and this one is a combination of every single castle we've encountered with pointy sticks, lava, witches, and all the good stuff. Larry's fight was a lot like Iggy's fight from the very beginning. It was very easy to defeat. And finally, guys, it was time to fight through Bowser's castle. Since I went through Larry's castle, I actually had backdoor entrance to the very end of Bowser's level, making this really easy. Bowser goes through many phases. I mean, first he kind of lowers himself down, and then his moves include swooping at you, throwing Mecha Koopas at you that you have to throw at his head, he throws fire at you, he'll drop cannonballs at you, and he'll stomp on the ground and try and murder you. But eventually I defeated him, and it was finally time to be done with this game. Pretty easy, not gonna lie. I mean, there were some parts that were really annoying, but overall a really good game. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and let me know in the comments if you want to see something else like this.